Who is the best batsman of all time? It is a question that stirs up the cricketing world like no other. Legends have walked onto the pitch with a bat in their hand, and each has left a legacy in their wake. But when we ask this, when we dare to question the throne, what are we really asking? Are we measuring the pure numbers, or is it something really, really deeper?
Never one to put himself ahead of those.
Is it Don Bradman? A man whose record seems more like myths than facts. A batsman who played in a time when the pitches were really, really rough and the bowlers brutal. He did not just dominate, he obliterated. His average of 99.94 is still untouched, an immortal statistic that cast a long shadow over the history of the game. But is greatness only about the numbers? Can you crown a man the best just because his record is untouchable? After all, Don Bradman never faced modern-day pacers hurling balls at 150 kilometers per hour. He did not deal with the reverse swing. He did not deal with the doosras. He did not deal with the world-class fielding sides. Can he still be called the best when his time was so different?
Tendulkar goes to 100.
Then there is Sachin Tendulkar, the little master, the man who carried the weight of a billion people's hopes on his shoulders every time he stepped onto the field. Tendulkar did not just play cricket, he embodied it. He faced the best bowlers of his generation, Shane Warne, Glenn McGrath, Wasim Akram, and came out on top. His 100 international centuries, his longevity, his sheer adaptability over more than 2 decades. You cannot ignore that.
Just listen to this. This could be the last time that Brian Lara comes out onto the ground in Australia.
If we talk about pure talent, can anyone rival Brian Lara? The man was a genius, a force of nature with a bat. He played with an elegance and flair that made every shot look effortless, like poetry in motion. And when he got going, he could destroy teams. His 400 not out in a single innings remains the highest score in Test cricket, a record that may never be broken. But was Lara's brilliance too fleeting? Can you be the best if you were more artist than a machine? Ricky Ponting, the relentless Aussie, the man who built empires on the ashes of the fallen teams. Ponting was a commander on the field, aggressive, always in control. He thrived in a golden era of Australian cricket, leading them to victory after victory. But was he only as good as the team that surrounded him? Was Ponting's success a reflection of his personal greatness or the ruthless machine that was Australian cricket? And what about the modern masters? Virat Kohli, an embodiment of aggression and precision. His ability to chase down impossible targets, his mastery over every format, and his sheer will to dominate make him a living legend. Kohli thrives under pressure like no one else, scoring century after century as if it fueled by the weight of expectations. His records speak for themselves, but can even he escape the inevitable passage of time? Then there is Steve Smith, a man who rewrote the rules of how batting is supposed to look. With his awkward stance and strange movements, Smith should not work, but somehow he does. His technique defies logic, and yet he consistently grinds out runs, sometimes single-handedly holding up his team. Is Smith a genius, or is he a mystery that no bowler has yet solved? And finally, there is Ken Williamson, the calm amidst the storm. His elegance and patience at the crease remind of a different era. But make no mistake, Williamson's ability to read the game and adapt to any condition makes him a master of modern cricket. So, who is the best? Well, the truth is, you cannot answer that, not definitively. You can throw numbers at it, you can argue about the eras, you can argue about the conditions, you can argue about the formats, but greatness in cricket, it's an illusion. Every era produces its king, only to have a new contender rise from the shadows. In the end, cricket's greatest batsman is not a single player, it's a legacy. It's the unending search for perfection that every cricketer strives for, but none can truly claim. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.